So here we go. I'm Christopher Herring. I'm the Executive Director for Global Chamber San Antonio, Austin, and Houston, and really leading the steering group for Global Chamber Texas. I'm so happy to be here today. We're going to have a great meetup. We have more than just Texas in this room today, and we're going to go around. I think that this is a great day because we have a chance to actually celebrate someone in this room who I greatly admire. I'm going to actually start off with that. So my past chair, Jorge Canavati, and you can unmute yourself because we're going to talk for a second, is a remarkable man, and he has been in global supply chain logistics for a long time. And he has great experience. And, with experience, comes knowledge, comes wisdom, comes understanding. And so he has been able to share not only, with me and Global Chamber, but he's also been able to do this with the world. In fact, whenever we have any type of international visitors that come to San Antonio, he's the first one to sit down with them to share his business success and help these folks to navigate America. And so I appreciate Jorge. He has a company that was recently recognized by the U.S. Department of Commerce, and he received the highest level of an award for exporting achievement, which he was honored last July, I think it was. But we wanted to have him to say some things. Jorge, can you hear me?
Absolutely. When can I not hear you?
Well, perfect. I'm so glad that you were able to join us. So last year, you were recognized by the U.S. Secretary of Commerce's office. Can you tell us a little bit about the recognition that you received?
Thank you. First, Chris, thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be in the company of all these wonderful people. Uh, I was taken aback because the Department of Commerce uh, chose my company, one of three in San Antonio only, for the award that is the Export Leaders Award. In this case, for small business, and they added Hispanic owned, right? So, but more than anything else, it's well minority owned, but I look at it as export award. It's called the Export Achievement Award, and we had in town Undersecretary Lagos. She's the Undersecretary of Commerce for International Trade, Marissa Lagos, who visited us here. And again, my company was one of three, and that was because of the work we do in international trade, supporting U.S. exports and so on. It was shocking because this is for small companies, right? You have another one which is similar to this, but it is for very large organizations, and POTUS and the secretary are the ones that bestow those to the very large guys like the Boeings of the world and so on. But the U.S. government takes its time to recognize us small businesses, which I hope is an example to many of your colleagues and friends and members that are on today, to continue with their vision and their goals. Because it's very important, that small businesses make a difference. Small businesses are the backbone of the economy of the United States. So, it was a wonderful event. I'll share right now the press release that came out from the ITA, the International Trade Administration. But again, like I told the secretary on the meeting, it's an award for all small businesses, for all small minority businesses as well. And it's an achievement for all of us, and again, only three of us in San Antonio, one of which is an aerospace company. But it is an example of what we can accomplish as small businesses. Thank you.
No, absolutely. So Jorge, were you nominated by someone from the city, or how did that
No,
process?
no, no. The federal government itself nominated me. The local office of the Department of Commerce put my name out there to because the office of the undersecretary asked them to nominate three companies, and I was one of the three. And I was just taken aback. You know, I'm just doing my job. I'm doing my work, and that was it. You know, they you know, after all these years, this happened, and they gave the name to the undersecretary to her office. You know, they asked them for nominations, and I was it, one of three.
So you were it, and this is a blessing because you know this recognition does not happen to anyone. It happens to people like you who have been focused on really trying to make sure that cities like San Antonio are seen. We're seen for a lot of different things, right? But in this case, we're being seen for all the right things. And just, again, want to congratulate you because you know the recognition is definitely deserved. And let's give them a big round of applause
Appreciate
because
it.
this is truly amazing, amazing, amazing,
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank
Um,
you. I shared the press release in the chat because apparently the folks can't. I have it in a different screen here, but it's in the chat.
well, thank you for sharing it in the chat. I saw Dr. Shipley Chanda. Can you unmute yourself? So this young lady is a motivational person in general, but after hearing about Jorge Canavati's achievement, what words of encouragement would you give him and others to keep pushing forward as we are in this season of recognition for him?
Hi everyone, my name is Shilvi Chanda and thank you Christopher for this opportunity. Being here is a pleasure. Always, I think I get more motivated than motivating people how they are achieving things in life. But in general, I think the one thing that everyone should understand and feel is life is about serving, and the more you serve, the more motivated you feel.
Yeah,
And the one thing that you have to do for yourself is love more for whatever you are doing today, tomorrow, whenever, whatever you're doing, appreciate for whatever you have achieved, because achievements are always bigger and bigger and bigger, but we sometimes leave ourselves behind and only carry the achievements. So don't leave yourself behind. Give yourself that pat on the back that you deserve, and love yourself. Ultimately, you are the only person from the start of your life till the end of your life. So you appreciate yourself, love yourself, and thank you for this opportunity again. Thank you.
thank you. Should be.
Christopher, you're on mute.
Thank you.
Leave him. Leave him on mute. Leave him on mute.
We also have someone who I had a long conversation with yesterday, Dr. Juanita Mercer, and she also breathes life into people. So hearing everything that you just heard, Dr. Mercer, what would you say to Jorge Canavati on this day?
I would say thank you for setting a path that others can follow. I think as leaders, we often think about just in the moment and not too often the people that are coming behind us. And you've certainly set a model for us to look up to desire to do, and even go further than that. So thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here today. Thank you so much, Mr. Herring, for inviting me to be a part of this meeting. I'm the founder and CEO of Lead My Heart. I do executive coaching and consulting, so I support leaders in every way that I can to live and lead with purpose, passion, and power. So thank you so much for having me today.
Hey, and you know, that's what's up. Purpose, power, and passion.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got it. I got it. I heard you. That's what this is all about. Again, you know, when I think about Jorge Canavati, he definitely is a man of passion. sometimes too much. No, but
You know that.
he's led Global Chamber in such a way that has always been with great passion, and always has a thought about the issues that are pertinent and relevant to international trade, the United States trade relationships, foreign countries, U.S.-Mexico relationships. I mean, you name it. And so again, we're going to actually celebrate and have the chance to have an in-person recognition of Jorge, along with talking to Global Chamber San Antonio in particular on the 1st of May at Dave & Buster's at 6:30. So that will be our live event. And I just want to again thank you, Jorge, for sharing, because this is really great. Can you also put in the chat area your LinkedIn profile so others can join with you? I saw earlier Michael Rivera. I don't know if Michael, if you're still there, but you served with Jorge, and I'd just like to get your thoughts about this recognition that he received. You are our official cowboy in the room, so please, if you can share your words, that would be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be part of this call. Thank you, Chris, for letting me join in, and also excited to be representing San Antonio. We do have tons of growth, and every event that we go to, anything that we're doing, we're always hearing about that. All the attention, seems like a lot of eyes are on San Antonio, Texas as a whole, but our community is unique. It's unique because we're very big in our roots with the culture, but we're also a very big melting pot. And it's so cool that in one city you can interact with people from across the world. And at one event, you can meet with so many people from diverse backgrounds. And I think it's unique. And since I do travel state to state, a lot of them don't have the opportunities that we have. And that's one of the things that I do love about the concept of Global Chamber, is it creates the opportunity for like minds to come together. And unlike other chambers that are, it's on a smaller scale, typically within the county, this really opens up the borders and allows you to possibly establish clients overseas and vice versa. But Chris has he has a keen eye for identifying genuine natured people. So when you look at the San Antonio group, and more specifically, there's a great value behind a lot of the people that are involved. So I think he's done great at that. And yeah, my biggest thing is just creating opportunities for other people. If you learn something, share it. There's always some level that we can give back, regardless of where you're at in your business. We all have capital, whether it's spiritual capital or intellectual capital, relational. There's always ways we can help each other and fellow business folks. So thank you.
Hey, Michael, give us a little bit of an update of the company in which you've been promoting shifts, so that we can get an understanding of that while you have the time.
Sure. So created some hiring technology, and conceptually it started by my background is working with senior citizens, been doing that 12 years. And I've noticed a change in the people coming in. A lot of people were already retired by their 60s and 70s, but nowadays we're getting more and more people who are still having to work. There's a lot of reasons for that, but at the core, I think it's a lack of preparation. They don't talk about retirement in school. They don't teach you about, financial literacy. So there's a lot of contributing factors, but what I had been doing for a couple of years was helping them find work. So I would call my network and say, hey, Chris, I have Joseph, he's looking to work 2 days a week, man, 3 days a week. What can you do? And so I was plugging people into jobs that way. And then we figured, okay, let's just create an app out of this. So then I started attending conferences, going to special needs communities, and realizing that it's not just seniors that need help finding work, it's everybody else. And taking that technology, it operates like Lyft and Uber, and we've developed the app. Right now, my focus is San Antonio. I've narrowed it down very focusing on our city and building the web-based access there. That way the clients can go in, use the dashboard to monitor their payroll and their scheduling, all of that fun stuff. But basically bridging the gap for business owners and people who are often overlooked in the workplace.
Hey, thank you. That's awesome. I was going to go to Mr. Trevino next, but I'm going to next go to. Okay, you're there. So you can unmute. I want you to introduce yourself. Another fabulous person who I've had the chance to get to know. In fact, I think that with the live streaming and all of the technology that has been changing across the world with AI, we as business owners have to be like on top of it. Let me say it again. We have to be on top of it, because if we're not on top of it, then we're going to lose business. We're going to lose business because we're not going to have the innovative processes, ways, approaches to be revolutionary in what we currently do. There's someone that's like right now breathing over your shoulder who does what you do, but they're going to do it more efficient and better simply because they're engaged in the technological changes. And whether you like it or you don't, that's just the society that we're in. So this young lady here has a company that I would like for her to introduce, and then I'm trying to figure out, and just speaking out loud, how to bring this technology into Global Chamber Texas in particular, and then how do we share it with the world? Because I believe that our Global Chamber platform is awesome, right? We connected 525 metros around the world, but it's also about engaging members and non-members so that they can see what we offer, and how do we do business across the world without boundaries and without borders. That's the premise of Global Chamber, right? So to really make that goal occur, we have to have technology and leverage it. We also have to have the people who can speak into other people. So with that being said, I give you the floor.
Thanks, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, everybody. This is my first time, so hopefully it's a judgment-free zone and everybody's anticipating a nice weekend. I'll kind of make it brief. I am probably one of a handful of companies certified in artificial intelligence in the state of Texas. We just released a video yesterday talking about the Texaplex and how vast the economy is here in the triangulated areas between Dallas and Austin, San Antonio. My background is I was a copywriter. I got the opportunity very early on in my career to work for Tony Robbins. I was his top producer for 3 years. I actually rewrote the front end of his satellite radio. So he was on ESPN, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, and Howard Stern, the major satellite radio networks. And so his ads, they would, the gangbusters with ads, you'd hear his voice pipe through and you'd get somebody like me on the other end of that. When I first came on board, their track for, onboarding clients was well over 30 minutes. And so I had whittled his script down to about 13, 14, 15 minutes. Because of being a copywriter, I realized that, the word salad just kind of falls on deaf ears. And if you're looking to convert, and especially in a world where we're inundated by marketing onslaughts every day, everybody is competing for your eyeballs, and some of it's some of it's good, some of it's a little bit malevolent, and this is what's happened. Everybody's mental bandwidth and visual bandwidth has gone down, has really decreased. So my company, Extreme, I formed it after I worked for Tony. This is what I help companies, corporations do, is I help them tell better messaging. And now what we're doing with artificial intelligence is we do full scale strategy. So, Tony Robbins has the 7 forces of business mastery. Really, it's about 12 things in business that we focus on. But we're able to take AI now and do kind of a deep dive into all these different aspects of your business and do an assessment to see, where the holes are and where the opportunities are. I like to focus, though, on media. We do a lot of video. I do a lot of interviewing with business owners. That's just where I feel like my gift to the world is. Not that I have really any, so to speak of, but if I was to say one, that would be it. So it's kind of fun. We're getting a lot of demand, like Chris was saying. There's this conversation of AI. Everybody's starting to have it, and they just don't really know what's entailed with it. And so I'm happy to connect with you guys in the Global Chamber and see what's out there.
Well, and I appreciate all your words, and I see the hand clap by Rolando. That's what's up. So we'll be offering AI assessments, and we're gonna be announcing that, so we can actually then help all of you to do more with your businesses, and to scale up and to make more money. Because again, I ended our last meetup by saying to our group, look, yes, we're a part of a chamber, right? A chamber of commerce. And a chamber of commerce's purpose is to help you all make more money. And you need to be very comfortable with that, saying that you want to make more money for your business, because without the money, you're not able to do the things in life that really also matter, which is supporting your communities and doing it more so now than ever before. We have a tough economy that we're in, so we really need to be able to leverage the technology that's there, and we also need to be able to leverage our relationships. So far, I know that as I've just listened to each of you, my heart just is beating out of my chest, because this is my network. This is my family. And so I'm going to go next to a new member that we have. His name is Johnson. And Johnson, look, Johnson and I, we've had lots of good conversations. We've talked about Bruce Lee. We've talked about family. We talked about the purpose of being able to retire early in life. This dude here, he wows me. Look, each of you, I think I told you, you each wow me, right? But Johnson wows me too. And so Johnson, hey, how are you today? Talk to us. Tell me what you're doing today, Johnson. Let's go.
Hey, as I always start, 6 foot above, can't complain. So I got on my own 2 feet, I poured my own cup of coffee, and I still get to go to the restroom by myself. So that's how my day started. It's going great, man. Everything else is small stuff.
Johnson, what do you do? Tell us about your background, and what are you going to contribute to Global Chamber in terms of your business expertise?
Sure. So kind of quickie, been in tech since 19 years old. I'm 52 now, so just joking. Everybody, sometimes you get the joke in the room. I'm not 52, I'm 41. But yeah, been in tech since 19, BlackBerry servers, if you remember those. I've touched pretty much every single technology in the tech realm. Kind of my claim to fame is in the past decade. So I wanted to be at home, so work from home before it was cool. I wanted to work from home to feed my daughter her milk and wipe her butt. So it was be a DirecTV customer support rep back in 2012 or build a software company. I decided to build a software company because I had no idea what it was going to be. So got into the ERP software game, small boutique software platform. 2012, built that, sold that, and exited in 2015. Then 2017, joined a voice over IP company, took equity in it, built that from 2 million to 10 million in ARR, and we sold that for 16 million to a large distributor called SureWeb. So just been in the tech game for a while. I kind of had a career bucket list before I turned 30. So been in advertising for McDonald's, done PR for Universal Pictures, worked at JP Morgan Chase and did investments. So I have the gamut of a background because my goal in life was to try to be an expert at everything. So I figured out who I wanted to be when I was 30. So that's me in a nutshell. Now I'm in the AI business. So we're an AI software company in the IT space for internal IT departments and outsourced IT companies. So that's what I do today. I'm in the AI game by day. By night, I do a lot of other things.
I love it, love it, love it. And so Johnson is on our board of advisors in Houston. Houston is a big market for Global Chamber, and really it should be. And so we were very happy to bring Johnson on board. He, as you heard from his own mouth, he's really knowledgeable, and we look forward to being able to work with him. He's a good friend of our board chair in Houston, Edwin Pope. And so that was a great introduction. I'm very thankful for this new connection. We're brothers from another mother, and we're doing it, and we're going to do it. So look, I see a new face in the room, Rolando Martinez. Unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and tell us about what you're doing. There you go. You're unmuted.
Thank you, Chris, for having me, and it's a pleasure listening to everybody. Before this, I never knew there was a chapter here in Texas, much less San Antonio, for Global Chamber. Basically, I'm a hydrologist, the science of water, and I've been doing research the past dozens of years. I'm an ex-Navy guy, a nuclear engineer from the Vietnam era. no combat. I was aboard the infamous USS Nimitz with the Tic Tac incident, if you
Wow.
know anything about that. But anyways, yes, I'm a hydrologist, and my focus nowadays, I'm retired from work, but I still like to do things like this. So my focus is hydrokinetic energy, and that especially applies along the Gulf Coast of Texas, Houston, Corpus, all Victoria, all that, La Vaca, you name it, all the way down to Brownsville. So the purpose of hydrokinetic energy is to harness the waves and power that. Well, you focus it and you route it, and that would power your turbines, which in turn power your generator.
Hmm.
And it's ultra clean. There's no kind of pollution. There's no fuel consumption, which would make it very, very practical and cheap, because the torque and the force in the waves is actually your energy. Thus the term hydrokinetic. Other than that, yeah. Chris, if you're in San Antonio, boy, I would love to, meet with you, have a cup of coffee or something someday. You ain't too busy. Like I say, I'm retired, so I got plenty of time, whatever's convenient for you. And anyone else is invited too from San Antonio. I'm kind of on a limited disability pension. I can't afford to travel like to Dallas or Houston, but maybe if I had some extra money, I probably, would attend those conferences. But all I can do is basically do the Zoom videos. But you're here in San Antonio, man. I mean, let's connect, and I can, go over my experience and my capability. I'm kind of like the X factor, because I didn't learn in university. I don't have any corporate, mentorship or sponsors. So sort of like I'm just now getting to a point where I've pretty much completed my research, and I'm on to the point where I do need some funding for to build a prototype, because it's going to cost about $35,000 to build a working prototype for demonstrations and to introduce into the industry. As you may know, solar, wind, and coal is the main fuels to generate electricity. But once I can break in hydrokinetic energy, all those prices goes down, because you're not burning any kind of fuel. You're getting it free from Mother Nature and the Earth, and she has very abundant resources, and it's limitless. So
Well,
that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Well, Rolando, love to meet with you, and love to have coffee with you. Thank you for your service. I'm also a veteran, and so I understand the sacrifices that we both made in our families. I think that in the state of Texas, the energy source that you're talking about is not necessarily at the top of the list, but I'd love to see exactly how do we work together, and then also how do we create interest around what you're doing, because your work is valuable, and that's what's up. So I would love to, glad that you were able to join us today for your very first Globinar meetup in Texas, because everything is big in Texas. Now
Yeah, you bet.
I'm going to go and shift to Portland, Oregon, or maybe you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. But to Erica, who is an executive director who has served on the battlefield of Global Chamber with me and others for at least 5 or more years. And so, Erica, thank you for joining us today. And I also want you to know that Shipley, she's also in Oregon. She's the doctor that I was telling you about. So I'd like to see y'all, partner up, do something. You both have great spirits, both are very progressive, and y'all both are women too. So anyway, Erica, tell us more about what you're doing in Global Chamber, and how can we support you?
Thank you so much, Chris. It's always a pleasure to collaborate with you and be connected here. Everybody, I feel like Chris, I'm inspired by all of you. And Shilpi, it's a date. We will meet. I'd love to. I'll reach out to you. So it's kind of like where's Waldo as to where I am. I do go up and down the West Coast. I just returned a couple of days ago from Las Vegas. And I did have a meetup. There was an international business conference, and I had the fortune of meeting some incredible people for just an informal gathering in Las Vegas. And I do, as Chris mentioned, support the Portland area. I physically reside in Washington, but just across the river from Portland. So I'm the global advisor for that. So in Las Vegas, my goal that is incorporated with what I do, I'll explain in a minute, but my goal for Global Chamber is to help businesses come in, because Phoenix had the model of years ago when I first lived there, they were heavily tourism based. And then because of their business friendly nature, their great weather, and a whole host of other factors, they began attracting international companies to set up in multiple industries. Las Vegas is moving in that direction. There is a high-speed rail that is now coming into effect. Permitting is done that will go from Los Angeles into Las Vegas, which is very exciting because there's a huge migration, just as in Texas, of Californians moving to Nevada or doing business in Nevada. Nevada is state income tax free, and it's a business friendly environment. So in that capacity, I am really looking to connect with people like Rolando who are in that sustainable energy space that can bring some things to Las Vegas in terms of they may be more efficient construction to help, because Las Vegas is an urban heat island. And so I know that there's a professor at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, who did a talk about a study. He's from West Germany, and they did a study in Australia to help mitigate the heat and the changing climate with sustainable construction. So that's something that is of serious interest to me, and to attract more international businesses to set up shop in Nevada because of its friendly business collaboration. In Portland, very similar. Portland is a multicultural, hip, dynamic city, and it has the nuances of the old and the new. So you have these old buildings from, logging and shipping era days that are antique looking, but they're modernizing them with their mixed use development and things of that nature. So those are my two regional focuses. And then my other hat is being an international property consultant. So I started as a local real estate professional in Nevada, and now I'm licensed in 4 states. I have my own office in Arizona, and what my goal is to collaborate with people all over the world and to be a connector of anyone seeking property within the United States or abroad, to partner the buyer side and the seller side together. So I deal with residential properties, of course, but my main focus is commercial and off-market properties, hotels, multifamily, land development, things of those categories that help support local economies, both, like I said, attracting people from overseas to the United States and the reverse. And this year I'm adding business brokerage to my services, and the goal there is to be able to support in entirety businesses who are looking to either establish in the United States or add on to their existing business from overseas, and to be a consultant. And it was mentioned by Jorge also, the small business owner who might have come from other countries where English might not be their first language, or they don't know the process. My goal is to be able to represent them a lot better than how they're being represented to this point. So that's
Okay.
it. Thank
Okay.
you for having me.
Well, this is awesome. Erica, you've been such a great help to me as we've been pushing through Global Chamber together. I think that whenever, we're looking at how to advance our business community you need to have a partner in crime to be able to, put your heads together. And we've been just that. So thank you again for your friendship and being
Absolutely.
colleagues in this, because this is it's not easy. It's not easy trying to come up with strategies to help businesses. The fact that you have been on some real estate now allows me to transition over to Sarah Barras, who is also in San Antonio. And we've been meeting. In fact, she was a part of my my social media post for today on Facebook. But in fact, she has some amazing things. She's the senior loan officer for
CMG.
Thank you, CMG Loans here in San Antonio. And I want to now allow you to introduce yourself. She's a member of Global Chamber San Antonio. I greatly appreciate her efforts to provide something different that we're going to be able to offer our chamber members. And so, Sarah, where do you want to begin? Do you want to talk about some of the stuff that you do with home loans? Because probably people know about that, but then we also have a special program that we talked about, which was crowdfunding for homes. And that's a different concept. Yeah, I saw Dr. Mercer, her head went to the side. I love it because this is a whole new concept. So I'll give you the mic. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chris. Well, my name is Sarah Barras. I'm a loan officer with CMG Home Loans. I've been in the business for 5+ years. Like how Chris said, we do provide a lot of variety of loan programs that to help our people to become homeowners for the first time, second time, third time, or become investors if they're looking to buy and invest in the real estate. My company and we like to think outside the box, so they come up with a program that's different than anything else that's available in the market, and it calls Home Funded. It's basically a crowdfunding for the down payment and the closing costs for people that are looking to purchase a home. It's something different. It's something not necessarily for that people in need of a down payment. It also help people that we have a lot of events in our lives that we get gifts for it. For example, someone who's graduating, getting married, a birthday coming in, and instead, instead people that bring your friends and family bring gifts that we might not need or unwanted and unnecessary that we have it, and we, just keep it in storage. We can ask them to send us money to do the link of the crowdfunding to help with the purchase of the home, to speed the process of a lot of people that, instead they take a few years to save for their down payment, might take them a few months and they will become a homeowners.
I like that. And so instead of getting a new couple a very expensive toaster that they'll probably get like 5 or 6 of, right? Or instead of getting them something that's meaningless, or even slapping good old-fashioned cash in the hands that will probably be spent on the honeymoon, you actually now have a program that enables people to be able to basically use as like a registry.
Registry, right? for the home purchase.
And look, how much can they raise for a home? Like if I wanted to raise money for myself, disclaimer, I did get my link. I did get my link to this program because, I want to get my next house, and I want my family and my friends to contribute to it because y'all love me like that. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's unlimited. You can raise as much as you can. And that money can be used for the down payment, for the closing costs, and if you don't want to use the whole amount and you have some extra, you can after that cash out that remaining and use it to furnish the house, do some changes in the house, paint, remodel, anything like that. So it's not necessarily all the money that will be raised, for that for the crowdfunding or the Home Funded. You have to use it toward the house, or you can just use the whole amount for the house and just get a lower monthly payment. It's free to register. So basically, anyone who wants to purchase a home and you want to use the program, just go into the link. You put your pictures or a video. You put your story, your background, what's your goals, anything that you have in mind that you want your family and friends to see and to understand what's the goal behind this and what do you want to do in the future. If like someone who just graduating is like, where do you graduate, what is your degree, and are you going to start to work somewhere, where are you going to start working at, what's your goal, what's the long-term goal, and all of that. So it's a great program. And also
So Sarah, so you also have an employers program.
And well, let me mention the other thing that's connected to the Home Funded. It's giving you that link to any family or friends that looking to purchase online, like from a lot of the stores and the restaurants, like Walmart, Target. There's like a long list of stores they can use through that link, and anytime they purchase something, they're just gonna get points, and that points will turn to money that will go toward their the money that for the down payment.
And that's wonderful, because again, we're talking about families coming together, and this really gives families the ability to do it. I love the concept, and in fact, Sarah mentioned that there's a link. I have the link. Look, y'all, I have the link. I will send it out to whoever asks me for the link, because again, this is our chamber member. We're going to support her and her business, and hopefully, she gets zillions of people who ask her to be a part of this. Now let's just shift, because I also saw the other part, which is the employer has the ability to be able to help their employees in this day and time, in this economy, with cities like San Antonio that have a ready to work initiative where we're trying to get people into jobs and to keep and retain them. How does this program work for employers who want to be involved?
Yeah, so it's called No Cost to Employers. It's basically a program that you can offer to your employees if they want to, to become a homeowner, ownership, to help them reach that goal. It's benefit the employers. It's by first you get there's like a study and research about like when people looking to purchase a home, the time they take and the stress they be in, and how is affecting their jobs and their ability to do the work they're supposed to be doing. So it's help the employers to have their people are focused on what they're supposed to be do, because you are giving them the support and the people that's going to help them on that side when they're looking to purchase a home, from real estate agents to loan officers to anyone else is involved in that process. That's one thing. Second, you're giving them you're showing them a benefit from the company, and it's like, and how much you care about your employees, and that benefits, it's it's all schools, like we give benefits or home insurance and 401k, and that's it. Now we have to work harder for our employees to keep them with the company, and we need to show them more and how much we care about them, and that's another benefit, to retain them and keep them working hard. They see the love from the company, so they will work harder for the company and give a better result. The program gives like a lender credit toward their closing costs. Will give them from the realtors. They can also contribute from their commission toward the closing costs, and we get the same thing with title company, attorneys, if there's attorneys involved. Also, the programs help them to educate them and prepare them for them to become homeowners.
Thank you. That's awesome. And I know that in this economy and everything that's going on in real estate in the United States, realtors now have to have a different level of value that they show, perhaps going forward. And so when we are able to have such brilliant concepts like this, and I saw your comment in the chat, Erica, this is a brilliant concept. I love this creative solution. That's what I'm saying. So thank you, Sarah. And we'll be presenting more information. Erica unmuted. I'm going to let her say two words, and then I'm going to pivot to Dwight, because Dwight also has lots of information for us, and typically he comes with the dollars and cents. He's talking dollars and cents too. Go ahead, Erica.
Just a quick question, Sarah, are you strictly in Texas or do you service multiple states?
For now, I'm licensed in Texas and Florida, and I'm
Okay.
looking to be in more states for the future. So it depends if there's a state that they need me to be a license, and they have a lot of people I need to serve, so I will be licensed and will take no time.
Our goal is to
Excellent.
take her United States global, meaning all states. So Erica, we will get back with you with
Exactly.
her, because you two are also in the same group. And then I also was thinking, like with Michael, who was here earlier, Michael, Sarah, you both have an employer pitch or conversation. Even Dr. Mercer has an employer pitch conversation that you should be having, and maybe we could kind of come together with a Globinar that talks about what we provide value added to employers. Dr. Shonda also does the same thing. I think that we can probably come up with some form of a Globinar that will help each of you to be able to promote what you're doing and reach that target audience. So now we're going to pivot to Dwight.
Thanks, Christopher. I'm Dwight Winkler. I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm also on the advisory board for Global Chamber Chicago. But putting that momentarily on the side, my core area of focus is to work with small and medium-sized enterprises on the area what I call cross-border trade financing. So if you want to grow revenues, your sales revenues, either on an export side or you're facing an import that you're bringing in from abroad, and you need to have commercial terms and conditions other than cash in advance, and that you need to then look at ways of structuring your commercial terms, and that with some type of either short-term or longer-term financing, depending upon what's required. So my area of expertise and background, having come from a U.S. multinational background and having conducted work in about 70 plus countries around the world and lived half my life outside of the United States, almost 36 years. But as I say, my core area has been in trade financing. So that can be receivable financing, factoring, also working with insurance platforms to underwrite your political and commercial risk. And then bringing in people like the U.S. Export-Import Bank as an example to support longer term financing. And working with the commercial banks to help do that. Because most companies, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, even big companies, they don't want to be the lenders of record. They don't want to go to work and put their balance sheet in play and in risk, and that's why they want to move that off of their balance sheet, get their money, and go on to the next sale. So I can come in and help broker transactions with entities that might be willing to take that risk off your hands. So that's my area, and willing to help companies that are either just getting started or would like to grow what they're already doing overseas, and help them from the end to end on the commercial, putting the deal together and closing it.
Okay, I saw that Rachel Trevino had her hand up, so go ahead. You got it.
Oh, no, I think that was a fat finger slip.
Okay. I do want to go back. Thank you, Dwight. So I do want to go back to Dr. Chanda. Can you please tell us about your business? I did ask you earlier to provide some motivation to Jorge Canavati, but tell us about your business. So how do we connect with you?
Absolutely, thank you. Because honestly, in the busy market where everyone is busy pitching their businesses, I'm one person, I always forget to pitch my business. So anyways, I focus on coaching, consulting, mentoring. My coaching actually mainly focuses on balancing the body, mind, and spirit, because we are so busy in everything that we sometimes lose our inner peace. We are doing everything. We are earning money. We are fulfilling our career dreams. Our financial goals are working and everything. But when it comes to self, we somehow lose ourselves. So my main goal or my main coaching niche is to help individuals find purpose, find the inner peace, evoke that inner peace, because inner peace is there, happiness is there, self-love is there. So my main idea is to evoke that inner peace within individuals. My clients, basically, when they come, they are in a state that they have achieved many things in life, but still they're, not having that balance in their life. So I help them achieve that. I mentor small businesses to go through the nitty-gritty details and how to build an idea around, a business around an idea. So these are the things that I do. And also I help people who want to work on their health, not mainly just if it is like weight loss or anything, but in totality, if they want to work with their individual wellness, well-being, that okay, I am healthy, but I want to feel better. I want to, do things, adapt things in my lifestyle that will make it more, it'll make me feel more healthier, or my wellness. There are many things that we do in our days. We think that those are healthy, but somehow it affects us so negatively.
Mm.
We think we have a very busy schedule and we cannot do things. So these are the things that I help individual to make their schedule in a way, help them time manage, relieve stress, and we work with weight management. And the main idea, the main thing that I feel is self-love, to find the purpose and self-love. Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. And no surprise, maybe just in this room, as executives, as we're on the battlefield, we sometimes have to recharge. We have to get our own heads together in terms of where our purpose and our passion all does. Yeah, Dr. Mercer, I'm looking at you. And so the two doctors in the room, Dr. Chanda, Dr. Mercer, y'all need to connect. But yes, Dr. Chanda has helped me personally, just to be able to navigate through my growth, through my ups and downs. And that's why she's here. And she's very helpful. She can be helpful to you. Tap into her as well. And I'm going to go to Terry Levine, because Terry is a global advisor. He was giving a brief update on the Olympics. If you'd like to say some words, Terry, you're more than welcome. I'll give you 2 minutes. Are you there?
Hello, Texas.
Hello, hello, hello.
Utah. So as you can see, I have the park. I have the flat. Voilà. Bon, Malik, quickly, I'm Thierry Lavigne. I'm a good advisor. I'm one of the, basically, I know Good Party for a long time. He was with me when we launched the production therapy for the state of Utah. I was probably among the first members of the Global Chamber almost 10 years ago. I'm going to celebrate 10 years now. In fact, I'm looking at my pictures, the world, this big event. Big Party came to the presentation of the startup conference in Utah, and we presented this concept of the Global Chamber, helping people to connect throughout the world, to bring peace by international trade in the world. So we were together when we launched, probably one of the first members of the Global Chamber in Utah. I'm a global advisor based in Park City. Well, I do a lot of things. I want to write my LinkedIn because I'm involved in many projects. I think I have no time to write. I do a lot of things. I'm an optical photographer for small medium business. On that side, I help international people to bring the products and companies in this part of the USA. I work a lot in the hospitality, the tourism, the food products, and the upper-tier products. I love hiking, so I do everything from tanks, labs, ropes, radio operation in the mountains, health and safety. I work a lot on the mental health issues here in Utah. We can do a conference about the mental disease, the things. I'm a French-speaking tourist guide for the product here. I try to do things between France and the USA. Yes, basically, I'm following closely the Paris Olympics. So we're going to see what I'm going to do. And maybe in Paris, but I'm going to France this summer. And so I have the honor to bring in the last veterans of D-Day we have in Utah. We lost most of them to COVID. I still have 25 veterans of Omar Utah Beach. You know that in 2 months, June 6th, we are celebrating the 80th anniversary of D-Day. I'm going to bring the last veterans alive of Normandy with the French children over there in Normandy. So I'm trying to be over there in Normandy. I'm going to be Utah artists. We have the Utah Sports Band, Kenneth Johnson School of Jazz, the bringing children musicians, and the Utah Sports Band to play with the veterans of Utah over there in the military centers of Normandy. After that, I will try to be in the Paris Olympics, so I'm trying to organize. And after that, I'll be in the Beaujolais Mayence region, enjoying French wine. So if anybody is in the wine, my family owns 10 acres of vineyards in the Beaujolais area, south of Burgundy, National Alliance. I'm a graduate of the School of Economics of Lyon, Lyon. So Mayence is well known for being the food capital of the world. It's also the main school of gastronomy, French restaurant in the USA. All the French chefs we have in the US are trained in the International Gastronomy School for Bocuse in Mayence. In my native Texas, I'm an alumni of University of Houston. So I'm very Houston, in fact. So I represent Houston here in Park City. Houston, Texas. That's why I have my cow.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have 1 minute left. I'm going to go back to Ms. Trevino to help close us out. Give us some motivation that we can take into the remaining of this month until next time. And then again, make sure that you share about Global Chamber Texas meetups. There's some action items that I have to get some valuable information out that was shared today. The information Sarah shared is quintessential to families that need to be in homes. And I know that I appreciate seeing Utah and Portland or Oregon and Las Vegas and Dwight, you said you're in Phoenix, right? I appreciate. Huh?
Correct. I'm in Phoenix.
Yeah. So I appreciate all of these other metros coming in. So I'll turn it over for the close. Go ahead.
I thought you were in Rio over there. So to everybody, it's like I said, it's been great to meet you. And what I like when I see groups like this is, when Tony Robbins himself, when he first began, he was on the motivational side of things, never on the business CEO side of things. And he was trying to, motivate the world to, improve their personal game. Well, once you realize that everybody who's trying to increase their personal game, they all have a 9 to 5. They're all 40, 50, 60, shoot, some of us more than 60 hours a week, right? So I love when I see that, like with what the two doctors were saying, that you guys have it kind of figured out. So much of success is in, those absolute little things, being able to give your daughter the milk, whether you're 52 or you're 32 or whatever you are. But the success really does come in those small and simple wins. And to see you guys are already talking about kind of like the totality of, it's not just business, it's life. That makes me feel good about the group that you guys have. And then too, the numbers and senses, we're in a really huge economy. And so working with Chris, hopefully we'll be able to do some big things, being one of the only certified AR firms here. Hopefully we can get San Antonio and some of the projects that we work on more on the map for everybody, so that everybody wins. And hats off to everybody who's having the conversations that other people aren't having these on these Fridays of how to take it to the next level.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. Dwight, I saw your comment. I'll get back with you personally. And again,
and I'm not in Rio, although I'd like to be, but I just kind of swap these backgrounds out every couple of weeks from different places where I've done work.
Well, that's about being global and unstoppable. And I'm going to leave it right there. If you know what I mean, that's our chamber, global and unstoppable. So thank you so much. And again, it was good having this session with you today. We'll do it again next month. Thank you so much. We're out.
Adios.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.